Yeah, you want a treat. Eh? Yes. Yes, sir, we have a treat. Yeah. If I can ever get it open. Eh? Oh, listen to you. Yes, but I'm struggling. There we go. Okay. Right. Mr. Huckleberry. We got. Hey? Are you ready? Ready for some school? Ready? School? Well, this is Mr. Huckleberry. Can you do a paw? Paw? Yeah, good boy. He is deaf and he came to me about 6 weeks ago. So it hasn't been very long. We have only been doing our training for 4 weeks now because it took me a while to find a treat that he would eat because he is a picky little gentleman, aren't you, sir? So we've now got a couple that he will eat, and so we started. Boop. Yes, good boy. We started our training with learning that the flash is equivalent to like a clicker. So I struggled to find a lot of resources about deaf cat training. I could find resources about cat training, resources about dog training, resources about deaf dog training, but I struggled to find a lot about deaf cat training. So I have been really mixing them together myself to teach him, and he is very eager to learn. As I said, we've only been training about 4 weeks and not consistently for 4 weeks. Can we do a turn the other way? Come on. Oh, we don't like turning the other way, do we? Okay, down. Good boy. Yeah, we've only been doing it about 4 weeks and he has learnt so many things already. He picks things up so fast. And we are mixing things up in that he can paw. Yes, good boy. And I'm doing variations of the same thing, and that I then go, okay, well, can you paw my hand? Paw. Paw. Yes, good boy. So he is very eager to learn. He learns quickly, and he learns treats that a dog would learn. Learns tricks that a dog would learn. Oop. Can I touch? Good boy. But you can see he really goes at his own pace. That's certainly something I've found, is that it's not like a dog where you just go, go, go. It's just his own pace. Can we, no, you don't like to turn that way. Can we turn this way? Okay. Good boy. And he will certainly decide when he has had enough with training. He will just walk away, even when I've got a treat out. So the newest thing we're working on at the moment is following my finger. Come on, over here. That's it, come on. And sit. Oh, back there, and sit. Sit. This box is new, isn't it, bud? All right, when he gets confused like this, sit. Good boy. I like to just do something that he knows how to do. Usually it's a little boop or a paw. And then he gets the treat and he stops being frustrated, and then we can try again, can't we? Can you come over here? And stand here. Yep, and sit. Good boy. And then the newest thing we're working on at the moment is kind of standing up on with two paws. Hey, two paws. It's also, I don't have his absolute favourite treat today, so yeah, good boy. And you can see he takes time between each command to up. Good boy. You can see he takes time between each command to decide if he wants to do it or not. And I leave that up to him if he really doesn't like what I'm offering. Paw. Over here, paw. And yeah, paw. Yes, good boy. Even though he didn't paw my hand that time, you know, he was close. You could see how he keeps looking to me, and to me that was indicating that he's just a little bit confused, a bit unclear about what I want, because he doesn't usually do a paw on my arm. Obviously between tricks, because he's deaf. I mean, I speak to him, but and I tell him the instruction, but that's for me, not him, because he doesn't know what I'm saying. Do you? Paw? Yes, good boy. Sometimes he does get a little, he mixes up paw and a touch, which is just 2 fingers with a nose. Boop, a good boy. Because all of these commands are just hand signals that I've made up as we've gone along. Down. Get down. Keep going. Yeah, good boy. Just with trial and error, figuring out what he is following, what he responds to, and can you come and stand here? Come on. And sit. Good boy. Obviously the sit is, you know, what you'd typically do with a dog, holding the treat above their head. And that was one of the reasons it was difficult to find a treat for a little while, was I was trying treats that you could hold, so that I could do a sense. Oh, do you want to go this way? 2 paws. 2 paws. Yeah, good boy. Oh no, okay, you did, that's okay. That's our newest trick. We've practiced that maybe 3 or 4 sessions. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to give you another treat, but you're just such a good boy, I got distracted. And now can you get down? So you can see I always start the good boy command in front of his eyes. Obviously he can't hear me, so anything I do, I usually start where he's looking, and I don't mind repeating it a few times. When he gets further on in a session, usually they're 10 to maybe 5, somewhere between 5 and 20 minutes, depending on his mood for the day. Good boy. When we get further on, you can see he takes longer in between commands, like he's slowly deciding whether, more and more deciding whether he wants to do it or not. And you can see he looks around. I don't know if that's a deaf cat thing or just generally a cat thing, that they like to decide on their own whether they're going to keep going. Come on. Sometimes he loves paw. He just wants to do paw all the time. Yeah, good boy. So the first thing we did was train that the flash is like the clicker. It's the treat, essentially. Oh, no. paw here. Okay, that's okay. This box is brand new this session. It's something I made into a bed for him, but we're using it, so he's gonna check it out. And then paw. He's a very curious cat, so he has to sniff and look at everything. Yeah, paw. Would you like to do a boop? Good boy. So after learning that the flash was the clicker, we then did boop, and we learnt that one by I would hold my fingers up like this, quite close to him, and when he leaned in to sniff it, I would flash and give him a treat, and then slowly got further and further away, and have tested going, okay, well the treat's here, but will you come and boop over here? And I can see he's seen it. I can see his nose is thinking. His nose is sniffing, and yes, good boy. He decided he does want the treat. Sorry, that was actually the second thing we learned or practiced. The first thing we learned was looking at me. Good boy. And I would just put my fingers in front of his eyes and slowly move them up to my eyes. Good boy. As like a visual, he would follow them. And when he looked me in the eyes, I'd flash and give him a treat. And then we started working on paw, which I've actually found to be the hardest one so far, because paw. Yeah, good boy. But it's his favorite now. Because the typical suggestion of putting a treat under a container, and when they pour at it, giving them the marker and the treat, didn't work, because no matter what I did, he would not pour at the container or can you boop? Good boy. Or whatever I put a treat under. So the one thing he would do is he will follow the treat. So I somehow managed to, actually let's do 2 paws. 2 paws up here. Yeah, good boy. I would hold the treat on one side of my leg, and when he reached over for it, you can see he puts one paw up first and then the second paw. So when he would go with one paw, I'd bring the treat close and say, that was a good job. Yeah. So, and then as soon as he figured out that was the command, he's very happy to follow it. Good boy. So the paw was tricky, in that it took a while to figure out for me what I could do to get him to put his paw on something. And he's wandered away now. Sometimes he does like to take a break. Sometimes 5 or 6 minutes is just well and truly enough for him. It also sometimes depends which trait I have, whether he keeps coming back. And he likes this one, but it's not his 100% favorite. So usually he walks away and he'll lie down, and to ask him if he wants to come back and keep going, I will put my fingers out in a boot, make sure he sees them and decides, give him the choice, and then I just wait, see if he comes back. If I change the treat, he probably will. Okay. So then the next thing we learned was turn, and I did that by turning the treat around as you would with a hard treat. Do you want more? You want more? What about this one? You like this one? You've already had one of those today though. So he also has, like any child, an attention span that's bigger for different things. Like he loves doing the paw and the little boop and not having to move from his seat right here, but if I have to keep making him move, he gets a bit sick of it sooner. So how I like to end the session is he's walked away and lied down. I will give him a very short option for a boop, for a touch, and give him the last of the treat, so that he still gets the rest of it. So we'll go over here. Hey bud, you did a good job. Yeah. Can you do a small boop? Good boy. And then he gets the rest of the treat. And then it's also his dinner time. So I certainly read things that say you should train before mealtime. But I have found that Huck actually more often than not prefers to train after mealtime. It's just that this time worked for me today. So it's almost like he's got the energy from having his meal, so then he wants to have the treat and train. So just because the conventional advice says that's what you should do, doesn't always work. And now he has come back to sniff the churro, which is his favorite. And so I'll just ask him, oh, okay, do you want more? You do want more? More treat? Okay. Let me put this back and we'll keep going. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can. Do you want this one? Alright. Okay. We just needed a little break. That's okay. And a little extra treat. Hey, you finished that one off. Now this one you love even more. So, yes, bud. Yes, soft paws, please. Soft, gentle. Hey, little boop. Good boy. So I normally try and do new tricks or new things towards the beginning after just like a little warm up. But today, the churro he will do anything for. So do you reckon you can do all 4 paws up here? Okay, that's something we have not tried at all, is it? You're waiting for something, aren't you? All right, 2 paws, 2 paws. Yeah, good boy. And he's put the third paw back. Yeah. And now all 4 paws. Yeah, good boy. So this one I trained by using a box like this, and then a chair, and then my table, and down, get down, and sit. Good boy. And like with the turn, having him follow the treat until he has his front 2 paws on the box. So we'll see if we can get him to follow. Yeah. Follow. Oh, yes. And down. Okay, good boy. Once he gets the hang of a particular trick, like the paw, he likes to just repeat it before I've given him a command. Like, can go, look, I can do it, give me the treat. So, yes, now let's do just 2 paws. Just 2? Yes, now, and good boy. And then I bring the treat close enough that he wouldn't jump all the way on, and then I would bring the treat over here and say, come on, all 4 paws, and then good boy. And you're distracted by the shadows. Do you want your treat? Do you want your treat? Do you want your treat? You earned it. Ready did it, good boy. So we're working on things, so I'm trying to get him to paw in order to, like, I'm teaching him these things in order to get, paw up here, you just want to follow the treat, I know, paw. Sometimes he'll sniff the treat, and then he looks to me for an instruction, and then he sees what I told him to do. I know, you're trying to show me how smart you are. Can you paw? Paw? Yes, good boy. Because one of the things I'd like to be able to teach him, because he loves to go outside, is to get up on my shoulder. So in order to do that, the reason I didn't just go straight to all 4 paws up is because, actually that probably would have worked, but I probably need him to start with 2 fingers. Boop. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But is to start with 2 paws and then think about jumping up. So can we do 2 paws? We haven't done 2 paws when it's not up onto something, have we? Yeah, good boy. So I started with the box and the chair and then up onto the table, and then I've started with just kneeling, getting his 2 paws up on my knee, and then I didn't plan to, but at the same time it's a convenient way to teach down. So with the turn, that was how he learnt to follow my finger, by following the treat. Good boy. So you can see he has a little bit of trouble turning the other way. He does sometimes, he just doesn't seem to want to do it today. Can you turn this way? Turn this way. Okay, down. You like this box, don't you? Down. Good boy. And you can see if he doesn't like the command I've given him, I will usually just give him a different one. Because again, it is like quite dissimilar to training a dog in that he desperately wants, no, I said 2 paws here, desperately wants the treat, but is picky about what he'll do for it. Yeah, bud, yeah, yes, come on, you can do it. And I'm holding the treat in the direction that I'm asking him to go, so that he, 2 paws, 2 paws. You're confused, aren't you? Yes, yes, I can hear you. Okay, sit and boop. Good boy. Alright, we just get the little bit of frustration out, do a boop, which is just a little nose touch, and then he gets a treat, and then we can kind of reset. Okay, now you're liking getting up on the box. Okay, so let's work with the box. Let's do 2 paws up on the box. Just 2. 2. Good boy. Not 3. This is a new thing. We haven't been doing this before, have we? And he's looking around, and now I'll give him the next, because he also takes just a minute to lick his lips and finish the treat that he's got. Okay, paw here. Oh, let's do 2 paws here. Can you do 2 paws here? 2 paws here? Yeah, 2 paws here. No, that's totally new. You don't like that. Alright. Good boy. That 2 paws will do. Obviously, every cat is not going to be like this. Good boy. But Huckleberry, he came with the name. He is a little bit of a weirdo. I call him a puppy cat because he seems to be part dog. Okay, can you boop over here? Come on. Good boy. So he loves going outside, loves going for walks, is happy in a harness, on a leash. He just came like that. He, as I said, has only been with me for 6 weeks. Turn. Yeah. Good boy. And he's about 2 years old. He was born deaf, and as far as we know, he was a good boy stray before a few months ago, and he was very skinny when he arrived to foster care and then came to me. Alright, shall we try a turn the other way? We just don't want to do it today. Are you ready? Something about okay, paw, good boy. So I also think, you know, if I'm getting bored, he's probably getting bored, and I'm getting a little bit bored. So what can we do differently? Hey bud, can we boop a bit further away? And to me, this is a great indicator of whether he's really, whether it's really getting into his brain what the commands are, because and he's not just following the treat, because you can see that time he walked past the treat to get to my fingers to boop. 3, hey, yes, good boy. And I don't know if that is actually a thing or not. That's just my brain just kind of goes, well, oh, he must be getting it because he's going away from the treat, not towards it. So let's see if we can do 2 paws. Good boy. I also would say sometimes weird things seem annoying, like we learned how to paw touching my leg, but then he didn't want to touch a container. So just because he didn't want to touch the container didn't mean he wasn't going to learn paw. So can you boop over here? Oh, you're still going on that treat, aren't you? He looks at the treat, looks at me, looks at the command, and then goes. Like, you can see his little brain ticking over. So I am thinking forward about how to pause, good boy, to train things that normally they wouldn't be looking at you for. So I think the thing that I've focused on is getting him to do the action first and rewarding him for it, and then introducing the signal. Not really sure off the top of my head if I can think of what, like with paw, it was getting him, getting one paw on my leg. Yeah, come on, down here. Come on, and sit. Sit, good boy. Getting his paw on my leg when he was this close and I was just touching my knee with my fingers, he was not looking at my hand, he was looking at the treat, and I was using the treat to lure him up. So we focused on figuring out a way to get him to use one paw first, and then I would do the signal before luring him up with one paw, or luring his paw onto my... This is the last one, bud. It's a big one. Can you... We've never tried this, but do you think you can do a turn on the box? Oh. Turn? Oh, bud, good boy. That was pretty fantastic. We have not tried that before, so I am very impressed. I would say he is learning at the rate of like 2 tricks a week or more, depending on, say, like he can both do a turn and get down and boot, but in all 3 instances he's really kind of just following my finger. But yes, he is doing very well, and you're just eager to keep learning, aren't you? There's a bit more on there. We're at quite a while now, which we're like way past how long we would normally go. But we also, someone has been asleep all day, Mr. Huckleberry, which means that he also hasn't really played and hasn't run around. We haven't been for a walk, so I don't mind doing a bit of extra mental practice, and they say it also helps tire them out, but it's all done. I also have been using sign language to talk to him, mostly the kind of main things like food, play, but we're all done, treats all done. And you can see he just would keep going if I let him, but my legs are numb, so we're gonna pause there, okay, bud? So look at me, hey, you give him a second, and I will put the treats away and he'll know that we're all done, treats all done.